Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 89. I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters Herzog.
That's me.
Hi, Noelle. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming. Episode this is season 8, episode 81, even though they stopped listing the episodes.
I didn't know that they stopped listing the episodes.
Yeah, they won't do the what's it called?
Maybe they couldn't go past 80.
Right. So now last one they didn't either. So this is Jacob and Stephanie. This is Catfish, the television show. You know why you're here, but also patreon.com/trash talk podcast is where you will find all of our bonus content. Also, if you don't want to join Patreon, that's okay. No, it's not. You should do it. But we have two very, very free and public podcasts. You know what they're called?
They're called 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Teen Mom Trash Talk. But you know what, guys?
Yeah.
Let's talk about season 8, episode 81, Jacob and Stephanie, Catfish, the television show.
I feel like this is another episode. Like, why did they
I'm
air
mad.
this?
I'm so mad.
Yeah,
but this is staged, Noelle.
You think it's all staged? Do you
Yes.
really?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
We'll talk about that afterwards, actually.
I would love to know why, because I didn't know that.
Okay. So there's a box, like a ring box.
What is this?
And it has a fart butt in it.
Right.
Wow.
Groundbreaking.
They need better writers on this show.
They shouldn't have writers. That's
I know, but they do. They need a little bit of a
better
story producer.
Yeah.
So Jacob is 18. He's working in Orlando, but his mom broke her foot in Colorado Springs, and he's been there for a month.
Okay. This is a weird story.
What did you do in Orlando?
He was working.
Doing what?
The work.
Were you Mickey Mouse?
Maybe.
Okay.
There's no way to know.
So he goes live on TikTok, and Stephanie always comments on his TikTok.
Right. And he's single.
Newly single. What happened, Jacob?
No way to know. Again, we'll find out later.
Stephanie is super, super hot.
Well, that's all that matters.
She lives in New York City. And he's like, oh, do you have a Facebook? And she sends the Facebook. It says Stephanie Love. But then he sees that her Facebook is like Stephanie Delgado. Right. So it's like a ghost account. It only has a picture of him.
Creepy.
It's not creepy. It's just.
It's stupid. But I'm saying, like, that's creepy. Imagine I'm talking to a guy and he's my picture is there.
Yeah. Well, she works underground. Is she a coal miner? We don't know.
Right. What are you working on in the ground?
Well, maybe she's a mole.
She might be a mole.
An actual mole.
You solved it. Or a gopher, if you will.
I think they're very similar. Or a groundhog. Maybe she's a groundhog.
I like groundhogs.
She's like, I really only work one day a year.
Yeah, I just do some predicting.
I'm more of a meteorologist that has one day.
But you are underground. And she doesn't even have service that day.
So maybe she's an MTA worker, or maybe she works in a morgue, says Neve.
Okay.
So he said that they can't come to Colorado Springs to his mom's house because things are tense.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, okay, we'll pick you up on the corner.
Right. He's like, you can meet me up the block. Okay. Here's the thing. This kid is clearly, are we allowed to curse?
Yeah, do it.
He's a fuck up. Clearly.
You think?
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I don't know. I know we could curse, but like I get scared sometimes. Because sometimes you're like, no, well. So.
Oh, it's just fun to say
No,
that.
I know. So he's obviously a fuck up. Like you can't even go to his mother's house. There's a problem here.
Right. So they pick him up on the corner. She has luggage. They're like, oh, are you going to come live in our car? So he was born in Brooklyn, and he was in foster care because his mom had PTSD from the military.
That's sad.
And he's homeless now. His mom let him stay a month, and his month has expired.
Right. But I thought he was there to help his mother with her broken foot.
It expired. It fused.
It healed.
It fused back together.
Fused. Okay. Right. Somebody stitched it.
So
they got the daddy stitch.
Yeah. You love that.
So I love a daddy stitch.
Yeah, she has a nice tight foot now. She can't even bend it anymore. It's fused together. So they got him an Airbnb forever.
Well, that's the thing. What happens when the Airbnb is over? Where does he go?
I don't know. Well, he said that he really didn't trust his ex. He had abandonment issues.
She was cheating on him, basically.
Right. So this girl, Stephanie, watched his TikTok and added him on Snapchat.
His thirst trap lives.
Yeah. What are you doing on live? That's a thirst trap.
Maybe that's how he makes some kind of money.
Maybe
it's on TikTok.
She sends him Snapchats, but there's no live pictures. It's just from her camera roll.
That's your first mistake. You can tell right there it's fake.
Of course. So her last name is Delgado, and she's a mortician.
And he flips out. I knew it. Okay.
She sends him a picture of the morgue of freestanding bodies.
I mean, come on. How many body bags is this?
Aren't they in a drawer?
That's what I thought. I don't know. Maybe they were overloaded. I don't know much about this. I think being a mortician is very cool. I have a friend who's a mortician.
Yeah, so do I.
But like, oh, look at that. And they're not even the same friends.
It is true.
No, I know. I think it's very, very cool. Not that I want to do it, but I also there's something about this I'm not buying. What about you?
I mean, all of it I'm not buying.
Okay.
So she's 22. She's from New York City. She sends only modeling pictures, but she has no social media, but she sends only modeling pictures. Okay. So she's visiting family in Washington. Everyone's doing a little visit.
Yeah. She took a break from
morticianing. Are you traveling?
I was going to say from mortgaging. I don't know why.
Are you traveling bombing?
She's a traveling bomber.
Come on.
That's perfect. That sounds like a fun job.
They don't video chat, but he like makes it like he's like, I didn't want to ask her. I didn't want to be rude. Shut up.
Because you know that she's not real. You know she's not going to video chat with you.
And only recently have they had voice calls. And Neve says very specifically, does her voice seem to match who she is? He's like, yes, it sounds like
a question.
Yes, it sounds like a young woman.
Or no, it sounds like Daffy Duck. You know what I mean? Like how do you match someone's voice with their face? I feel like that's not a thing.
Well, she's very supportive of him. That's what he likes about her.
I could talk to her. She listens to my problems. She's there for me.
Right. So she has no service morticianing.
Of course. Well, she's underground, but it's only 1 day a year when she's gophering.
But he said that it's really hot that she's there for him.
Oh, right. It turns him on.
So they are in love. And the only thing they're waiting for is him to save money to go see her.
Right. He has to get his money in order. If I had $1 for every time I heard this.
He's just staying with his mom. He's just staying in Colorado. He stays in Colorado Springs.
Until he gets his money right.
Yeah.
He stays there.
So they take the body bag picture first, and it turns out it's a stock photo.
Come on, girl. You could have done a little better.
Okay, so they search her picture, and they do this the long ways.
What they look up and they go through the friend and I like this.
They take her friend's face. They find her friend on Instagram.
Right.
Then they match her, and her name is Janelle Mayombe.
Right.
She has 23,000 followers, and she's a model in Miami.
Right. And it's like, okay.
So they go to the Airbnb and they show him what they found, and he is crying. He has to go put water on his face. He is shaking, and then he screams, "Who the fuck is this dumbass bitch?"
This guy is trembling like the way Alex trembled when Tyra had her baby.
He is flipping out, and he says, quote, "It takes so much to put my trust in somebody." It does?
Apparently. Neve hugs him though, which I find very nice.
Neve holds him.
Yeah, because he was like losing it.
But okay, Noelle, back up.
Yeah.
It takes so much to put my trust in someone. That's what everyone on the show says.
Always.
Not enough
I think he has a reason for not trusting, so I do get why he's not
okay, then guess what? Don't talk to someone that you haven't video chatted with.
Agreed. How's that? Right. Agree.
Just like little things, you know?
But see, do you think that this of him flipping out, you don't think that's real?
I don't know. At first I thought it was until I saw the end. And then I was like, okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing. He's flipping out. He's losing his mind, right? Yes. He's being very aggressive and very like, I don't know.
I would be like, I don't know if I want to work with this guy.
Okay. But they're like, all right, we're going to leave you alone.
Right. Let's leave you alone. Let's leave you alone with all the knives.
Why don't you bring him out to eat or do something with him?
Right. Go for a walk.
Bring him to
anything.
Mini golf.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do something to distract him. Go bowling.
Yeah, it's true. Do something.
Go axe throwing.
You're like, I'm just going to leave. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Instead, it's like, I'm just going to leave this guy here. Maybe they were a little nervous. I don't know.
I'm just saying. So Stephanie messages them, says that she wants to meet at Spokane at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that his head and back hurt. So
he has a migraine. This guy was probably crying all night.
Mm-hmm. So she needs a few hours. And he said that if it's a guy, he's going to beat him up.
Okay. You know what? You probably see he blew his load. Don't tell them what you're going to do.
Right. I would have been like, I want to talk to her.
I would have been like, you know what? Even if it's a guy, it's okay. I just want to meet the person.
I just want to talk to
hold them.
I want to get really close to their face.
Right. With my face. I want to kiss.
I want to kiss.
Right.
Yeah. Leave us alone.
Right. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to beat him up.
No way.
Yeah.
So they go outside and there is a very, very, very low paid actress outside.
It says BS.
And they're like, hello. Mm-hmm. Are you Neve and Cammy? Are you filming Catfish? Are you filming from last year? That episode with the guy that lives around the corner from this hotel specifically?
I like that Cammy's like, remember fine ass Brian?
He was cute.
He was so cute, but good for her, fine ass Brian.
So they're like, oh yeah, Isaac lives around the corner. And Neve is like, are you a hotel worker? And she's like, yes, I am a hotel worker. That was definitely not a hired extra.
Right. She's like, I have to go back inside now. My break is over.
Uh-huh. So they're like, oh my God, Isaac is that guy that had the blonde woman come on camera.
I know. I forgot about that.
And then he did the voice. And they're like, what was his name? Stephanie.
Right. Bum, bum, bum.
And they're like, oh, he met Brian on TikTok. And now he met Jacob on TikTok. So Jacob has a migraine. So he's going to stay back.
Yeah, I would too.
Neve and Cammy.
Yeah.
Go to meet Isaac. Isaac comes out wearing a black sequins wedding gown, like a Madonna gown.
That was very funny though. I liked it.
And they're like,
he's like, well, I'm coming down the aisle.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna get married. And they're like, he's not gay. And he's 18. And they're like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's fine.
See, but like they're amused, but then they're not. But they are a little.
Then they are amused.
Yeah,
they're feeding into him. I would have just walked away.
Me too.
So they're like,
I'd have been like, let's not give this guy any camera time.
He's 18 and you're 40, and he goes, yeah, this is how I am though.
Okay, gross.
And you know how I know he's crazy?
How?
You would say from all of this, right?
Yeah, right. So what's the specific reason?
Colored contacts.
Did he have on colored contacts?
Mm-hmm, they were blue.
Oh, okay. Well, I could see. I mean, listen, he legitimately seems unwell.
Oh, yeah. So
I don't think he's playing.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So he said, you don't see the pain behind the catfish. It's like, how could we? You have colored contacts on.
How could we? You have on a sparkly mask.
Then he's nasty to Cammy, and she calls him a clown, and then tells Cammy, you're a beautiful girl. You just have an ugly soul.
Okay. That made me laugh, but it's not true, but it was still funny.
So they go back and they show Jacob the video of last night. And Jacob's like, you know what? I do want to talk to him with my hands around his neck.
He's like, I think I could like fix his problem.
Mm-hmm. That was so funny. He had me for a second.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're going to be nice to him? You got all that aggression out? It's like, oh, you want to hurt him. Okay,
yeah,
got it. Got it.
So they call him. They don't even video chat with him. They just call him.
I think that they're actually worried about what Jacob would do to him.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he won't discuss it on the phone. And they're like, are you going to apologize? And he goes, okay, I apologize for what I did. That's what Isaac says.
And Jacob's like, fuck you. Fuck your apology.
Goofy. Very funny.
I like it.
So Isaac, a few months later, or a few weeks later, a few days later, no one knows, calls and apologizes. And Jacob got the closure he needed, and he works on a ranch in Texas, and he's never been happier.
Right. But it said at first he was mad at the phone call.
Right. And then he met a new groundhog, and they're still together.
Did you see Cammy give herself a concussion jumping on that bed? That girl was concussed.
She was cussed. Noelle, do you think it's going to work out with him in this new groundhog mole?
I think that he needs a place to live.
Yeah.
That was like that guy, that episode, Raffinay. Do you remember that was the girl? It was like the guy,
boyfriend.
Yes. There's a lot
like
of
matching
like
sneakers because she bought them matching sneakers.
Right. He needs a Raffinay in his life.
Right. He's like, I just want to see if anything is better, but I would like to keep her here as well. I would like her to simmer as a short rib.
Yeah. I need to look her up again on Facebook.
Oh. I'm just gonna keep tabs on her.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why I think it was fake.
Tell me.
So as we've seen, White Plastic, EBT Baby, we have reoccurring characters on this
The
show.
last episode that we watched too, Jermaine. It was
Uh-huh.
like the content creators.
Yes, the content
Yeah.
creators.
Uh-huh.
Then who was the other guy that was a reoccurring character? The other gay guy with the blonde hair.
There,
He's like a character. He did
yeah,
like
there's a bunch of them.
okay. These are people that apply to these shows over and over again. A lot of times they have a publicist, like a low-end publicist that gets them on these shows, and I feel like there's something in cahoots with Catfish.
And they go on like Judge Judy and they go on like these silly daytime
Yes.
shows, right? They're in the
Yes.
audience fighting and right.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay,
Yeah.
that actually makes sense.
And I'm like, oh, this is something. Someone has some kind of connection.
They made it unbelievable by the girl outside the hotel. That's where they really lost me here.
At first, I was like, this is finally a real episode because this kid is really crying.
Right, but then it's kind of like, well, this kid is not well. He's really upset.
Right, but is he?
I don't know if he's
or are they like,
faker.
we'll pay you?
Right.
Or is he in cahoots with Isaac?
Right.
And he's like, hey, I'm on TikTok. I need to make more money. Please don't make me go meet another groundhog at the ranch.
Maybe he's in cahoots with Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. When all this is said and done, I'm gonna look them up and see if they're friends because now they won't
saying,
be.
like,
right.
Something
There's more to it. Yeah.
Catfish. You get billions of emails. You just so happen to pick.
But you remember like the days of Sunny and Jameson? The real days?
First episode? Yeah, the first and only real episode.
Yeah.
Was Catfish the movie.
Well, that's true too. We'll watch that one day and talk about it.
Oh God, that's such a good movie.
Yeah, that was good. I haven't watched that in years. That was crazy. That got
There's a
me.
lot that's like unexplained too. Because I remember watching it the first time. I was like, I don't get it.
I only watched it once.
Yeah, there's like too many moving parts to it.
We'll watch it. We'll watch it one day.
Just saying.
Yep. And maybe we'll put it on Patreon. Oh, I spelled it fast.
Wow, I can't spell like that.
You can do math though. What?
Like, sometimes. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast is where you will find all of our bonus content. Make sure you're following the podcast at Trash Talk Podcast on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Noelle is at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming show dates. There's a lot coming up, including
so much Canada.
I will be with Dina Edwards at Yonkers Comedy Club in May. Cool. This week I'll be with Hannah Berner at the Palladium in New York City one last time. Just come over, check it out. Go to TraceyCarnazzo.com and you'll see where everything is.
You have a ton of stuff. Good for you.
So much stuff. Thank you. Good for you too. Goodbye forever.
Bye forever.